Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 8, Akshara Brahma Yoga, Imperishable Brahman, verse 26. Verse 27. In the last verse, Bhagwan Krishna said, there are two paths available, bright path and dark path, Uttarayana marg and Dakshinayana marg. The one who follows the Uttarayana marg, he never returns. The one who follows the Dakshinayana marg, that is a dark path, he returns to this world again. This is what Bhagwan Krishna said in verse 26. Now verse 27. Naite shruti partha janan yogi mukyati kaschana tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhavarjuna. Bhagwan Krishna says, Naite shruti partha janan yogi mukyati kaschana. That is, Arjuna, yogi knows both the paths and the effects of these two paths. Any meditator knows this. In fact, now we also know what are the two paths and where it will lead us. One leads to moksha and the other brings the meditator to this world of sorrows. Hence, the yogi will not be deluded to the world of objects, sense pleasures. Yogi knows the objects of this world, they will definitely attract more. They will somehow try to create a desire in him and then move him away from the goal. But a steadfast yogi will not be tempted by those desires. He will ignore the same and walk the Uttarayana marg. That is why Bhagwan says, Tasmat, therefore, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhavarjuna. Hey Arjuna, always try to attach yourself to the supreme goal. That means walk the path of Uttarayana marg. Reach Bhagwan Krishna. That is what Bhagwan Krishna is saying in this verse. It is never too late to become a yogi. Here, I want to say the story of Bilva Mangala, as narrated by Swami Vivekananda. There was a young man, a Brahmin by birth. By birth, that is important. In a certain village, because a Brahmin is not only by birth. So, guna karma is also very, very important. That man fell in love with a bad woman in another village. There was a big river between these two villages, and this man every day used to go to that girl, crossing this river in a boat and come back. One day he had to perform the ceremony of his father. Although he was dying to go and see the girl, he could not do that because in Hindu culture, the ceremony of the father is very, very important. It is absolutely necessary in Hindu culture to perform the annual ceremony. So he was fretting and fuming, but could not help it. He has to perform it. He performed the Shraddha of his father without Shraddha. Shraddha means it should be performed with Shraddha. But he performed without Shraddha. By the time the ceremony ended, it was night, pitch dark. It's a new moon day. So there was a heavy storm and torrential rain. The river was lashed into gigantic waves. It was overflowing like anything. Dangerous to cross. Extremely dangerous. Yet he could not control his desire. He went to the bank of the river. There was no boat or the fishermen. All were afraid to cross the river. Naturally, it is natural. But this man did not give up. His heart was overflowing with mad love for that girl. He entered the river. Then he was trying to swim, but because of the current, he could not do that. So he caught hold of a log, fortunately for him. So, with the help of that, he was able to cross the river. He then dragged the log up because he had to go back, no, to throw it on the bank and went to the house of the girl. Because it was raining, the door was closed. He knocked at the door. Those days, the calling bells were not there. So he was knocking at the door, but the sound could not be heard because of the heavy shower and the sound of the wind. Nobody heard him. Then he went around the wall, huge wall. So finally he found a rope which was hanging from the wall. He thought, "Arey, yeah, see my love, she has dropped a rope for me to climb to her room." He thought that way. So with the help of that rope, he climbed over the wall and got to the other side. Then he fell down also because it was slippery, raining, no, so he fell down. Big sound, thud. Ayo, Amma, he was crying. Then after on hearing this noise, this big noise of Ayo, Amma, so everybody came out to see who was there. So they saw him. Then the girl saw him and noticing that he was smelling very bad, extremely unpleasant smell. She said, "What happened to you? Why is this bad smell coming from your body? How did you come into the house?" Then he wanted to show her his love towards her. So he explained all the troubles that he underwent. He thanked her for dropping the rope from the room, from the wall. So he said, she smiled. "What nonsense you are saying? I dropped a rope." "No, no, I didn't do that." Then they took a lamp and then uh, they wanted to see that rope. While on the way, she said, "What love, what nonsense you are speaking? We are all here for money. And do you think that I let down a rope for you? Fool you are," she said. Then they went and saw the rope. Actually, it was not a rope. It was a deadly poisonous snake. Like you can take it as a this python. So, but this fellow, this idiot, thought it was a rope. It was such a poisonous one. It was holding on to something. When he pulled it, then it tightened itself. So it looked like a slippery rope. So, but somehow he climbed it. Then they went and saw the log. That log, it was there because he threw that in on the shore. No, they saw that, and it was a dead body. That is why this unpleasant smell was coming out of him. The woman looked at him. She said, "Arey, I never believed in love. I don't know what is love. We never do such things. We do not know what love is. Whoever gives money, that's fine. Then we love him. But my friend, because she was compassionate towards him, so much trouble he has taken. So she said, 'Hey, my friend, why do you give this wonderful love of your heart to a woman like me? Why do you not give it to God? Whatever is your Ishtadevata, and you are a Brahmin, naturally you will have some inclination towards it. Then you will become perfect," she said. It was like a thunderbolt to that man's brain. He got a glimpse of that for a moment. Then he thought, "Is there a God?" he asked. "Yes, yes, my friend, there is," said the woman. And the man walked on, went into the forest, began to weep and cry. He was I want thee, O my Lord. This tide of my love cannot find a receptacle in little human beings. I want a love where this mighty river of my love can go in, the ocean of love. This rushing, tremendous river of my love cannot enter into little pools. It wants the infinite ocean. He cried, meditated for years. After years of meditation, he thought he succeeded. And he started wearing robes, rudraksh, etc., etc. Then he decided to go to the city. He was living all along in the forest. Now he said, I have become a sannyasi, so I'll get into the city. One day he was sitting on the bank of a river. At one of the bathing places, he saw a beautiful girl, the wife of a rich merchant of that city. The old man, he became old, so the old man was again up. The beautiful face of that girl attracted him more. He looked, re-looked, and looked, and then stood up and followed the girl to her home. The husband, on seeing the sannyasi in the yellow clothes, he welcomed him. Come in, sir, please come. What can I do for you? I am a householder. My duty is to serve the sannyasis and feed the poor, whoever it is. And really, I am thankful to you for coming to my house. What can I do for you? Please tell me. Then this sannyasi hesitated. This fellow seems to be a rich man. How can I ask this? Because he was looking at the wife of this merchant. So he hesitated. But this merchant was, he was also a pious man. He said, sir, don't hesitate. Whatever you want, you ask me. I will give it to you. Then the sannyasi, after a lot of hesitation, he said, I want to see your wife. The rich man was terribly surprised. Sannyasi asking for a girl, that too my wife. Then he was a little bit perturbed, but did not show it because he is a pious man. He said, sir, that is okay. I will call my wife. Then he called his wife. She came. When she came, then she was so pious. So she said, what can I do for you, sir? She again asked. Then the sannyasis, again, the spark in that sannyasi, it started. Then he looked at her and said, mother, will you give me 2 of your hairpins? Then she plucked those hairpins from her head and then gave it to the sannyasi. The sannyasi thrust those pins into his 2 eyes. He shouted, get away, you rascals. Henceforth, no fleshy things for you in this life. If you are to see the shepherd of the groves of Vrindavan with the eyes of the soul, those are the only eyes you have. No physical eyes. He pierced his eyes with those 2 pins. Then he went back into the forest. He did not take the treatment. He straight went to the forest. There again he wept and wept and wept. Hey Krishna, what is this? Again I have fallen for the cheap pleasures of this world. He cried. Finally, at last he succeeded. His love found the right direction, the path of light. Finally, he saw Bhagwan Krishna. That is how the story ends. The point is, are we not Bilva Mangalas? His name was Bilva Mangala. Are we not Bilva Mangalas? We are ready to lose everything, including Bhagwan Krishna, for the sake of small pleasures. One for money, one for power, one for wealth, one for family. We are holding on to them and to our bad thoughts, like Bilva Mangala holding on to the dead body. Our internal eyes are blind. At present, I don't know about you, at least for me I can say, my internal eyes are blind. External eyes are bright. Whatever I see in this world, I want. If only I can change the direction of my thought, then 100% I am sure to see Bhagwan Krishna. Like Bilva Mangala. Only I have to change the direction from Dakshinayana mark. At present, my eyes are, my path is Dakshinayana mark. If I change the direction of my path, and if I can wake up my internal eyes, start traveling towards Uttarayana mark, 100% I will see Bhagwan Krishna. Absolutely no doubt. It seems Bhagwan Krishna has given one more chance to me by giving human birth. As always said by Bhagwan Krishna, by him, that is Bhagwan Krishna. Do your duty, but never forget Bhagwan Krishna. Always meditate on him. Never fall for these false pleasures of this world. There is a greater and permanent pleasure, that is seeking the feet of Bhagwan Krishna. Walk the Uttarayana path, the lighted path. Don't walk the dark path. As you go towards it, the moment you think and start walking towards it, the entire path will be lighted. And you will be delighted to walk in that path. Because that is a lighted path. Who wants to walk in the dark path? Naturally fear will come. Again verse 27. Naite shruti partha janan yogi mukyadi kaschana tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhavarjuna. Next verse we will see tomorrow. Hari Om Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana